It feeds using a psychic ability that projects her consciousness into nightmarish recreations of traumatic memories. Therapist Dr. Cynthia Winston enters the mind of her current client, Larry. In Larry's mindscape, Cynthia identifies the man who accused Larry as a child as one of his former PE teachers. After the encounter, Cynthia's 17-year-old daughter Jordan, who assists her mother by monitoring sessions and conducting background research, talks to Larry about his trauma. Jordan mentions to Larry that her deceased father also possessed the same ability as Cynthia to see invisible supernatural figures. Riley Harris, a young girl with strange scars on her arms, rushes into the house demanding to see Cynthia. Riley warns that her father doesn't know she is there, but she heard from one of Cynthia's former patients, Agatha Baker, that Dr. Winston has a unique ability that might be able to separate Riley from a parasitic entity that has been possessing her. As Cynthia enters the room and sees a spectral creature stalking Riley, the girl's widower father Randall bursts in to hurriedly collect his daughter while insisting she cannot be helped. As soon as Randall leaves with Riley, Cynthia warns Jordan that they cannot help the girl because the evil attached to her poses too great of a personal risk to them. Jordan insists that her father would want them to save Riley, prompting Cynthia to remind Jordan that her father was driven to suicide because of a terrible experience with a powerful paranormal presence. With Jordan's help, Cynthia identifies Larry's childhood abuser as Coach Doug Ferry. Cynthia phones her longtime contact with the police, Detective John Otis, to give him the coach's name. Because of Cynthia's assistance in the past, Detective Otis trusts her lead and launches an investigation that eventually results in Doug Ferry's arrest. With her mother too afraid to help Riley, Jordan secretly goes to see Agatha Baker to learn where Riley and her father Randall live. Upon her arrival at the Harris home, Randall is immediately dismissive of Jordan and her claim that Cynthia can help his daughter. Undeterred, Jordan sneaks inside the house and breaks the padlock on a hidden door to enter a cellar where she believes Riley is being held captive. Jordan finds Riley, who tells Jordan that her father doesn't lock her in the basement, but rather he locks them away. Randall suddenly knocks Jordan unconscious from behind. Jordan wakes up restrained to a chair next to a disheveled older woman also being held prisoner. Jordan pleads with Randall to let her mother help his daughter. Randall responds, "She needs to feed it, or it will feed on her." Riley apologizes before putting her hands on Jordan's shoulders as instructed by her father. A dark presence appears, and its painful touch scars Jordan's arms before it vanishes. Knowing someone will come looking for Jordan, Randall prepares to flee with Riley. Meanwhile, Cynthia learns from Agatha where her daughter went, so the two women go searching for Jordan. Riley privately tells Jordan that her father just wants to protect her. Jordan repeats that her mother can help Riley with the entity. Riley hands over cutters that Jordan uses to set herself and the other captive woman free. Randall stops Jordan at gunpoint. Riley jumps in front of Jordan to shield her, while pleading with Randall that they have to stop sacrificing innocent people. The other woman suddenly attacks Randall, causing his gun to fire into Riley's neck. Riley dies in Jordan's arms, at which point the parasitic creature transfers from Riley to Jordan. Jordan escapes outside to her mother while Randall speeds away from approaching sirens. Cynthia and Agatha help Jordan recover at the police station. Detective Otis informs them that forensics found multiple remains at Randall's home, indicating he had been using kidnapped victims to feed his daughter's creature for a long time. Back at their home, Jordan warns Cynthia that Riley's death transferred the monster to her, and she is now haunted by frightening visions of it that only she and her mother can see. With Agatha acting as the observer, Cynthia enters her daughter's mind. In a nightmarish memory of Jordan, Cynthia confronts the creature. The entity's grasp burns Cynthia's arm in reality, prompting Agatha to forcefully knock Cynthia out of her trance. Cynthia leaves Agatha with Jordan while she goes to the hospital to visit her client Larry, who works there as a nurse. Cynthia convinces Larry to help her obtain information about Randall's wife Samantha, who died there the previous year while afflicted by the dark figure that subsequently possessed Riley. Cynthia learns Samantha's case was handled by Dr. Donald Whitaker. Cynthia visits the now retired doctor at his home. Dr. Whitaker explains how Samantha looked to be rotting both inside and out, and she told him a hungry entity was inside her. Dr. Whitaker felt its presence when Samantha touched his arm to prove her condition could not be cured through physical means. Randall knocks out Agatha and abducts Jordan from her home. Upon finding her daughter missing, Cynthia hurries to the police station with Agatha. Randall brings Jordan to the woods. Believing he can kill the creature by starving it, Randall locks Jordan inside a homemade coffin and buries her alive. To everyone's surprise, Randall then turns himself into the police. Feeling he owes her a favor for her help capturing Doug Ferry, Detective Otis allows Cynthia to use her psychic ability on Randall. Entering Randall's traumatic memories shows Cynthia where he left Jordan at Brooker's Lake. Randall warns Cynthia that Jordan must die, otherwise the curse will continue. Cynthia and Agatha race to the forest location, with Detective Otis and other officers following closely behind. Cynthia and Agatha dig Jordan out of the ground. While Agatha distracts Detective Otis and the police from finding Dr. Winston, Cynthia enters her daughter's mindscape to confront the creature. Following a series of frightening events in the nightmare realm, Cynthia and Jordan finally team up together to hack apart the otherworldly monster with bladed weapons. Cynthia and her daughter safely return to reality.